Hi, Gary Gray here. This is my first ever video blog, which some people call a vlog. So there you go. Aaron Davison, the founder of HowToLicenseYourMusic.com, and I have been partnered up over the last couple years, and we've put out a few courses, and I put out a book that he helped me release. And right now, we're actually very busy planning the remainder of 2014, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Just wanted to let you know what I've been up to recently, and then fill you in on some new things that Aaron and I are doing. Well, I work, you may know, in many genres within the music industry, a lot of different styles of music. And one of the latest projects that I did was I mastered a country album for Adley Stump, who made her way to fame via The Voice, and she's become quite a sensation in Nashville. I mastered her latest album called Like This, and within 24 hours it shot to the top 40 charts on iTunes country albums. The nice thing also about that licensing-wise was following the appearance of that album on the charts, Adley was able to actually secure a sponsorship by Nissan, and that turned into a very lucrative licensing deal. So that was very nice. And another thing I've been up to is the last UK songwriting contest. I actually won as a finalist for a song that I entered called Flowers in the Fire, which, and this goes to show you that you never really know until you get out there and try it and get out there and put your music out there what's going to happen. I entered this song just on a fluke. It's over 8 minutes long. It goes through 5 different genres of music and actually won as a finalist. So I just liked the song myself and thought on a fluke just to enter it in, and there you go. So never feel like what you're doing won't be accepted by someone on the other end. You know, there's always someone that is looking for your music. I wanted to also fill you in on something that Aaron and I have been planning for some time now. This fall, we're looking at putting on a music licensing workshop live in Los Angeles. And among other people that I'm looking at and talking to about coming on board to be there is a friend of mine who actually plays keyboards in a band that I'm involved with. His name is Kevin Doucette, and he actually just scored the major motion picture Hercules 3D. He also works with A.R. Rahman, one of the top film composers in the industry. And there's other people that, you know, living in Los Angeles and having lived and worked here for years, I'm fortunate in getting out there and networking with some really top people in the industry. And one of the reasons that I got involved with Aaron Davison with HowToLicenseYourMusic.com is that I really appreciate what he does for the indie musicians around the world. And I had people like Aaron and others who reached out to help me, and I want to basically return that. And it's one of the things that actually I feel more fulfilled about in the industry than, you know, the money and the accolades, etc., is really reaching out and helping other musicians. It's something that I really enjoy doing. So that's the purpose behind what Aaron and I do. And again, this video blog is just another example of reaching out to you to see what we can do to help you get your music licensed. So as I said, we're planning a fall workshop, a music licensing workshop, where Aaron will be here, and he'll be flying into Los Angeles, and he and I together are putting together an agenda, and I'll be actually contacting you to find out what you'd like to have happen at that workshop so that we can basically design it around you and what you need and want. We're looking at doing possibly another one in the winter. So the Los Angeles one would be in the fall, and in the winter we're looking at doing one in Dominican Republic. So stay tuned for that. Aaron and I are both independent musicians. I mean, I have corporate gigs that I do, but I do them as an independent contractor. For instance, I do quite a bit of work for Disney. I do a lot of orchestration, mixing, mastering, and I just landed another 2-year deal through another corporation for Disney. But I do it all right out of here, out of my home studio. So I can relate to you and what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. And that's one reason why I've partnered up with Aaron, because he's a great example to me of what an independent musician can accomplish with music licensing. Another reason that I'm doing all this is because, as I said, I like to help independent musicians. And one thing that I'd like to offer to you, I did this over the holiday season and I got barraged, but I loved it, was I offered free critiques. I love doing critiques. I'll listen to your music. You can send me a link, send me one link if you'd like, to a SoundCloud link of one of your songs. And it can be instrumental, it can be a song, whatever it is you're trying to get licensed. And I'll give you a full detailed critique of what you can do, not just what I hear, but what you can do to raise that to a level so that you can get it licensed. Recently, I also, Aaron and I put out, courses. One course was how to produce music that will get licensed and make you money. We put out another course, Mysteries of Mastering Solved, which covers mastering for music licensing specifically. And then I have a book called 30 Years in 30 Days. Discover 30 years of music production and audio engineering secrets in just 30 days. And that book and those courses are all available on howtolicenseyourmusic.com. And I'm working on a new book right now, a new course with Aaron. And that's one reason why I like to do these free critiques as well, because it gives me a lot of good information about what's needed and wanted when putting together a course and a book. So again, feel free to go ahead and take advantage of the free critique. You can also write to Aaron and myself at any time. You can write to Aaron at info@renegademusicmarketing.com. That's info@renegademusicmarketing.com. Or you can write to me, Gary at learnaudioengineering.net. That's Gary at learnaudioengineering.net. So I'd be happy to hear from you if you have any questions. If you have taken the course and you have any questions, or read my book and have any questions, or even if you haven't, feel free to write to me. I like to keep an open line. I have students from all around the world. Some of my students, that can even ask me to produce and engineer their music, and I do. I take on clients like that from time to time, but what I really like is for you to learn how to get it done on your own. So anything I can do to help you, anything Aaron and I can do to help you, just reach out. Basically, this is just to stay in touch with you, let you know what's going on, present you my first video blog. So there you go. Hope you have a great career, and talk to you soon.
I'm headed home. I found it and back again. I fell asleep and had a dream, and it turned into the rising sun. Thoughts remain, though came undone. I'm headed home. When innocence is not afraid to turn into something so strange, and more than once I lost my way, I'm still here, though fear remains. I'm headed home. Did you ever hear the one about a boy and a girl he dreamed